What's going on, people, and welcome to Man Knows Football. You are here with Guni and Mr. Rhodri, Manchester United fan. How you doing, Rhodri?
Yeah, I'm good, mate. You?
Yeah, not too bad, man. I'm pretty happy about how our transfer window finished, so I've got no complaints there. So I've just come to find out from a Manchester United fan's perspective how you feel at the end of this summer's transfer window with the recruitment that you've done at Manchester United.
Yeah, well, no, we expected Varane and Sancho, which was a very good transfer market. But then when you get one of the best players in the world to come along and an ex-player, and then everything that goes with Ronaldo. So yeah, more than happy. We do know, everyone knows we need a centre midfielder, but we have got players there that can compete at that level. So. Will it be strong enough? Who knows? We'll just have to wait and see.
So, obviously, with Ronaldo coming in, that's actually a question I wanted to ask you because I haven't asked a Manchester United fan this. Do you feel, because me personally, I feel that Ronaldo wasn't a planned transfer. I just felt that because Manchester City obviously were looking like they were going to sign him. I don't know how much truth there is to that, but the rumor was that he was going to go to Manchester City. And common sense would tell you that Manchester United couldn't allow that. So therefore, United jumped in to sign Cristiano Ronaldo. So obviously, that signing, do you think that altered your plans from signing a centre midfielder, as you rightly addressed that you needed?
Possibly, but I think that we would have been more than happy just to run out this transfer window with just what we had. Because Varane and from Real Madrid, his record speaks for itself. And Sancho, we've been after for a year, so we've been more than happy. But when a player like that comes up, I think he has played a bit of Russian roulette, but it's come out on the winning side, and it's probably worked out for him because he probably would have never wanted to go to Manchester City. Let's have it right. And
yeah,
so yeah, he's his agents initiated whatever he's done, and he pulled it off. So. Yeah, it's a great move, and like some pundits say, when big players come up in the market, we should be involved. Us, Chelsea, City, Barcelona, Real Madrid, all the big sides, and Ronaldo is one of them elite players, and we've got the added bonus that we can tug on his heartstrings a bit because he's an ex-player and he was successful in that time. So yeah, it's a great move for us, though.
Yeah, with Ronaldo, I was gonna actually say myself, regardless of the role that he does play for Manchester United, just the character himself and just him being one of the greatest players to ever play the game, it's a massive win-win situation for you guys. So that's a signing that, although I say the circumstance of which the signing happened was obviously, like you said, it was Russian roulette, but I could definitely see the value behind the transfer, regardless of the man's age. Because I saw on some of their social medias, Bruno Fernandes, he put up a picture of him. It's like a cartoon picture of him as a kid watching Ronaldo on the TV, and he's got the shirt right next to him. So just imagine what that's going to do to the rest of the club.
Well, it's happened before, mate. When big players have come in, they've changed some of the young players. And it affects the young players. I remember when Eric Cantona came in, he affected the class of '92 massively because they thought they trained hard, but when they seen this guy coming in and the way he was training, it upped to their level. So even that 10-15%, that's what we need to be challenging for the league, and hopefully he brings that to the young players, because when you see Ronaldo coming in and the age he is, the physique of him and the work rate he puts in, that's only going to inspire you to do more, to be a better player. Because if he's doing it and he's the best in the world, why am I not doing it?
No, 100%. So do you trust Ole to perhaps challenge for the title this season with the squad that he has? In fact, do you feel that you should be competing after this transfer window?
Well, I think we should be. I thought we should be competing before we signed Ronaldo. Whether we'll win it or not, that's a totally different, question. But yeah, I think we should be competing, especially now with Ronaldo coming in. But still, like I say, it's still glaring for that centre midfield. Hopefully, Pogba. I put my teeth back in. Pogba can make that position his own with Fred and hopefully one of McTominay, one of the two. We can't play in the two old midfielders. We just can't do it, especially with Ronaldo now. So yeah, we it's just got he needs to sort it out, and it's a tough job for Ali as well because Cavani's there as well. He's not want to sit on the bench. So Ronaldo's what I'm going to be playing every game. So it's a difficult one for Ali, and one that he's got to get right this year because if he's not winning anything, let's get right. But the team he's got and the money he's spent, yes, he's brought the right players in, but he's under pressure now because he's got to produce.
100%. And one player that I felt should have at least left Manchester United. I don't know how you feel about this, but definitely Donny van de Beek. Because personally, for the quality of player that he is and that we've seen him at Ajax, we know that he should have at least had a few games more than he played last season. If he even played at all. Did he even play last season? Because I don't remember seeing him too much.
He didn't have it play at all, to be fair to him. I did feel sorry for him because, you don't grow up in a club like Ajax and not be able to play football. So he can play football, lad. He just needs a good opportunity. It's difficult when you got Bruno Fernandes who plays in this kind of position, but you've got to find a position for these players. Is he a holding midfielder? Probably not. He's a one-touch, two-touch footballer in the attacking half. But you've got to get these players in because he was effective at Ajax. But like I say, when you've got Fernandes in front of him and Jesse Lingard's come back, so it's going to be difficult. But once you get these opportunities at Man United, you have to take them. When you come on for 30 minutes, you have to produce. When you get a game, you have to produce, and it's difficult because when you haven't played and you've been training and you have match fitness, so it's difficult. But these are things that he's got to do.
No, 100%. I mean, he did come on his debut, to be fair to him, and I remember him getting a goal. Obviously, a good way to start your career at Manchester United. But just going back to that defensive midfield position, I do know that Victor Lindelof is very capable of playing there. Do you expect to see him perhaps be playing more in that role now that you've signed Rafa Varane?
Well, they obviously look at it training, and if he can play that position, then why not? He's comfortable on the ball. He can pass the ball. He's mobile. It's just, can he smell the danger, and can he play that position? It's all right, putting square pegs in round holes. No, this is Manchester United. We should have a recognised holding midfielder. But if he comes in and does a job, we've seen it before that players that have changed position and done it well. But he has got the attributes to do that. And I agree with you. They may look at it training, they might try it in some games, but to try it in a Premier League game when you've got recognised centre midfielder players, it'd be if I was a centre midfield player and he was playing in front of me, you'd be knocking on the manager's door saying, "What's going on?"
Yeah, it's a bit controversial, I mean, to say the least. But I mean, if he's the solution to sort of screen that defense, you're going to take it, aren't you? I mean, do you know who was a master at that? Alex Ferguson. He could turn most players into any position, man. He was just a master at doing that. I remember one game when you lot were played it must have been against Arsenal when John O'Shea chipped Almunia, when you had like a midfield of just your defenders.
It was John O'Shea, yeah.
Yeah, so it's just things like that just make me think.
John O'Shea played holding midfielder, left back, right back, centre half, goalkeeper. John O'Shea played quite a few positions.
Yeah, that's what I mean. So Fergie was good at that. He could identify players who could play more than one position. So
Phil Neville, he played left back, right back, holding midfielder. Where you wouldn't think he would be, but he was very good as a holding midfielder. He even played for England, I think. Sometimes he was that good. I remember him marking Vieira at the game one time at Old Trafford. So he did a good job there. So yeah, you're right. Ferguson could see. It's all about coaching that and seeing it in a player that. If you're a good footballer, you should be able to play any position on the pitch, really. But it's if you can play at a top level and a high level.
So what do you think? What do you feel are the missing pieces for Manchester for you to be able to say, all right, this season we are going to definitely be competing for the league?
Well, the back four looks good with Varane. I know it's only been one game, but with Lindelof in the shadows. It makes it's healthy competition, and it probably makes the back four play better. No mistakes. With no mistakes, that's obviously meaning they're keeping clean sheets. David De Gea started off well. This is only one game, but it was a fantastic double save. But we really should have come away with them with 3 points. How we did, I don't know, but we did. And yeah, the back four looks solid, but yeah, we'll just have to wait and see. Hopefully, you know, with the attacking prowess we've got and the options we've got, you know, we can do well. But, you know, half the battles most of the time is in the middle of the park. If you don't win the middle of the park, you know, you're going to struggle. But we've got ball playing midfielders. You know, Pogba is a world-class midfielder. He should be out of play there next to one of them. He should be the man that plays there with either Fred or McTominay.
No, 100%. I watched your last game against was it Wolves, and yeah, Wolves again wasteful with chances. I like to call Adama Traore a wide receiver rather than a winger, because you see when that man
built more like a running back, though, isn't he?
That's what I'm saying. Like, he belongs in the NFL somewhere, one of them teams. But just when he gets in the box, he just loses his head. But to be fair, it wasn't just him. Trincao had a few opportunities, and that again, you could see it came down to just that miscommunication between the midfield and the defense as well. A lot of them mistakes, and we just saw Camavinga go off to Real Madrid for 30 million euros. And you were heavily linked with him. In fact, we did speak about that on the channel in our first video that we done together. Do you think that he could have made a difference in your midfield and perhaps turned you into, okay, with this 11 should definitely be challenging there or thereabouts?
You know, it's when we talked about his stats and his age was perfect, but we missed out on Jude Bellingham. We've missed out on him. You know, that they might have been on the radar, but when someone like Ronaldo comes on, you just can't turn it down. So we don't know. It might have been on the radar, and you know, because I thought Kieran Trippier was a certainty, but that obviously fell apart. So yeah, it was. You just don't know the transfer markets. You know, sometimes it's on and the next minute it's off. So you just don't know. But yeah, it's a big miss because, you know, he's obviously a top player. He's at Real Madrid.
No, 100%. Yes, it's like we said, he was destined for one of the top teams anyway, because he's just had that talent. So how would you score your transfer window out of 10?
Say again, sorry, mate.
How would you score your transfer window out of 10?
Oh, it's up there. You got to think about it. It's got to be an 8, 7 or 8. You know, if you got a midfielder, then it would have been a 10. But yeah, you just got to put 7 or 8.
I'd definitely put it around that score as well. To be honest, Manchester United fans, you were very, very spoilt this summer, and I don't really think there can be many complaints from your fan base about the owners not putting their hands in their pocket, because they certainly did this summer. And I know what it feels like as well. I mean, the last summer when we signed Havertz, Timo Werner, who obviously surprised us by not turning out to be who we thought he was going to be, but nonetheless he helped us with the Champions League. So it's good times for you. I know you're riding on a high, and I know I've noticed your dog out there as well. I've been trying not to laugh at that every few seconds. Like, can I come in now? Just keeps pressing against the wood like, can I come in now? Can I come in now? No, not yet. Can I come in? Yeah, but Rhodri, I'm gonna leave you to it, man. Dog obviously is missing you, so I'm gonna let you go.
I thought we was gonna talk a little bit about you as well, Chelsea. What do you think about yours?
Okay, all right, yeah. Well, I'm gonna score our window at I'm gonna score it at an 8. I'm gonna score at an 8 because I was gonna say 7 because we missed out on Koundé, but when I look at players like Chalobah, that we've seen Trevor, he looks like he's on a very good development curve and he could actually contribute to the team. That's why I score at an 8. And then obviously Lukaku, the missing piece that we needed. We needed a striker that can put it away, and we've seen Lukaku can do that. His record speaks for itself. As for Saul, again, that adds depth to our midfield. That's depth in quality. He's another one that can play box to box midfield. If he can come back to the form that he once played at, and I'm confident that Tuchel, of all managers, is able to do that because he's resurrected careers. Honestly, Marcos Alonso looked like he was in the mud. Rudiger looked like he was in the mud. So I believe that he can actually turn him back into that top level, and for the price that we'll be looking to pay if we do exercise the option to buy him, will be about 40 million euros, which is a very good price. So I'm pretty happy with that, and I'm sure in January we are going to go back in for Koundé. So if we do get Koundé, I'll just look at January as an extension of our summer, and then that's a 9 out of 10 for me, easy.
Yeah, Chelsea are looking strong. City, Chelsea, and also and Liverpool, to be fair to them. But it's going to be a good season.
I have us as favourites to win the league.
Yeah, I do as well. Just that Lukaku is just, yeah.
I think even aside from Lukaku, just like what we saw at Anfield the other day, 45 minutes with 10 men. Remember, Anfield is full as well.
He's very organised, Tuchel, and he's a good coach. He's a very good coach, and you've got a good one there. And the players seem to like him as well. He's come in a difficult situation. Frank Lampard has obviously knew some of the players, and he's come in really seamlessly, no problems. And yeah, it seems to be going well for us.
Yeah, so let's just see what happens. Let's see what happens at the end of the season.
For your pal Troops, but that's another story.
Oh yeah, that's an absolute shambles at that club. They'll be lucky to even finish top half of the table, in my opinion.
Yeah, do you think you'll still follow him if in the Championship?
Well, he's gonna have to.
Yeah,
I mean, if there's one person on this planet that can't say they've never been an Arsenal fan, I think Troops is that guy.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, but Rhodri, man, thank you very much for joining in. I really appreciate it. We've got to have you more often on. It was a good chat. But guys, before we go, like, share, subscribe, all of that stuff. Also, Rhodri's social media links would also be down there in the descriptions. So make sure you give Rhodri a follow as well, man. And again, thank you very much for joining us. Peace.